Good afternoon. You're watching Newsfeed. I'm Maricar Bautista. Vice President Sara Duterte suffers double-digit drops in her trust and approval ratings in the latest Pulse Asia survey. From 60% in September, Duterte's approval fell to 50%, while trust in the Vice President plunged from 61% to 49%. The Pulse Asia says the threat of impeachment against Duterte and the Quadcom investigation on her father's war on drugs were among the headlines during the survey period. As for President Bongbong Marcos, his numbers slipped from 50% to 47% for trust and from 50% to 48% for approval. Tensions in the West Philippine Sea and Pogos were also among the significant issues during the survey period. Bad news for Starbucks lovers. The coffee giants union is on strike in the U.S. Stores in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Seattle are affected by the 5-day work stoppage. This is the latest in the company's labor woes as workers complain about unresolved issues over wages, staffing, and schedules.
Our goal with this is to show Starbucks that we are powerful, we are strong, and they can't mess with us. Our hope is that they will come back to the bargaining table and they will give us livable wages so that we can afford to pay our rent, we can afford our groceries, we can afford to live, because right now we're struggling. And it is not okay for this company to be making billions and billions of dollars while its employees can barely afford rent.
Yes, the strike does mean I can't get my morning coffee, but I support the strike wholeheartedly because the workers deserve living wages.
The Starbucks strike comes the same week as Amazon workers at 7 U.S. facilities launched walkouts during the holiday shopping rush. Innovative technology now addressing critical gaps in caring for stroke patients. This report tells us there's a new AI software that can read stroke patients' brain scans, which can more accurately determine how they can be treated.
What if AI could help better identify when a patient has had a stroke and whether it can be treated effectively? Researchers from 3 leading hospitals hope to utilise new software to do exactly that. Experts from Imperial College London, the Technical University of Munich and Edinburgh University believe the technology will provide faster and more accurate emergency care for patients in hospitals. Consultant neurologist Dr. Paul Bentley led the study.
So not only can it help us understand when the stroke began and whether the treatments are suitable, but it can also help us understand what is going to happen to that person in the future. So we can understand or we can tell the patient and the relatives what's the likelihood of disability or the likelihood that they may be able to recover from the stroke. So this is all analytic information that we can extract from these scans, which is much more than we were able to do beforehand, where we were simply estimating purely on the basis of roughly how grey the area was.
A stroke occurs when the blood supply to part of the brain is blocked or reduced, which prevents brain tissue from getting oxygen and nutrients. Brain cells then start to die quickly, so knowing the time the stroke started is very important.
The AI would be able to extract that area.
Standard treatments only work in the very early stages post-stroke and may otherwise cause secondary damage. But Dr. Bentley says the software has been found to be twice as accurate as the current method, which ordinarily involves a visual assessment of a brain scan by a medical professional who looks at how dark a stroke area appears on CT scans of the brain.
So our technique will mean that about up to 50% more people will either be given the treatment when they weren't before or vice versa, because it can be dangerous giving those treatments to people if it is too late, because there is a danger of bleeding or deterioration if you give the treatment too late and there is no chance of there being a benefit.
And those are the news at this hour. I'm Maricar Bautista. We'll be back at 4 p.m. with more updates. Stay tuned to BNC on PTV Channel 31, Channel 24 on Cignal, Channel 74 on Converge, and on our website, bnc.ph. Thanks for watching.